Who is the biggest employers in India? Let's start with top 10 largest employers in India. The development of technology and rising automations is changing the way people work. While it is eating up the traditional jobs, it is also creating new jobs at the same pace. According to the Haran India 500 list from 2021, at least 139 Indian companies have a workforce of more than 10,000. One of the top 10 largest IT company in India is Tata Consultancy Services with 5.06 lakh employees. Tata Consultancy Services is followed by Quest Corporations which has 3.63 lakhs employees. According to the Hun, despite the fact that thousands of individuals lost their employment in the last 2 years owing to an unanticipated pandemic, these Indian enterprises continue to employ a sizable workforce. We brought to you the biggest employers in India. Let's start with number 10, Reliance Industry Limited, which has 1.94 lakhs people. India's favorite company, Reliance Industry Limited, ranked 10 on our list. Reliance, one of the most prosperous businesses of India, is headquartered in Mumbai. Currently, Reliance employs more than 2,30,000 people, which make it one of the largest private employer in India. During the pandemic years, it helped the Indian economy create over 75,000 new employment. Being a top employer, Reliance works to provide its staff with a just, welcoming, emotionally fulfilling and professionally supportive environment. The company efforts leads to its inclusive of LinkedIn list of the top 25 workplaces in India. Number 9, State Bank of India, which has 2.5 lakh people. With its corporate office in Mumbai, Maharashtra, the State Bank of India is a statutory organization for financial services and a global public sector bank. SBI, the sole Indian bank of the Fortune Global 500 list of the largest firm in the world in 2020, is the 49th largest bank in the world by total assets and is rated 221 overall. It is a public sector bank and the biggest bank in India with a 25% of the overall loan and deposit market and a 23% share for assets. With approximately 2,50,000 workers, it ranks as India's ninth largest employers on the list. State Bank of India crossed $5 trillion market capitalization threshold on the Indian stock exchanges for the first time on September 14, 2022, becoming the third lender after HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank and eighth Indian firm to do so. Employing a huge number of people, SBI rank among the largest employers in the world. The workforce of female employees is close to 26%. Officers, associates, and subordinate staff percentage were 44.28%, 41.03%, and 14.69% respectively throughout the fiscal years 2020-21. Each employees contribute a net profit of $10,000. And number 8, Infosys, which has 2.59 lakhs employee, a multinational information technology firm based in India. Infosys Limited offers business consulting, IT, and outsourced services. The business headquarters are in Bangalore. However, it was formed in Pune. Infosys, one of the top 10 leading companies in India, employs 2.59 lakhs people at present and is 8th biggest employers of India. Business consulting, information technology, and outsourcing services are all offered by Infosys Limited, a multinational information technology company based in India. Through the company were established in Pune. Its headquarters is in Bangalore. According to 2020 revenue estimates, Infosys is the second biggest Indian IT business after Tata Consultancy Services, and it has on August 2021 Infosys become the fourth Indian company to have a market valuations of $100 billion. Number 7th, Larsen and Turbo, which has 3.6 lakh employees with operations in engineering, constructions, manufacturing, technology, and financial services. Larsen and Turbo Limited, also known as L&T, is an Indian multinational company with headquarters in Mumbai. The business is ranked among the top 5 construction firms worldwide. The corporations had 55,332 permanent employees as of the end of January 2022, of whom 2,822 were women and 90 had impairments. In the same time frame, the corporations employ 2,93,662 people on a contract basis. And number 6, Quest Corporation, which has 3.83 lakhs people. Although this staffing solution provider employs more people than TCS in India, most engineers have never ever heard of it. Despite this, it is the second highest private sector employer in India because TCS has a greater overall staff strength than Quest Corporation, including TCS personnel abroad. It is the reason why it is not before TCS in the largest employers list. In India, 3.83 lakhs people are employed by the Bangalore based Quest Corporation. And number 5, Indian Post, which has 4.66 lakhs people. Government run postal service. Indian Post is a branch of Department of Post under the Ministry of Communication. It is the most widely used postal system in the entire global, and it's commonly referred to as the Post Service. Over 4.66 lakh people work for the government run postal service known as India Post. In in 1766, Warren Hastings undertook the initiative of behalf of the East India Company to launch the nation's first postal services. When it first started, it was known as Company Mail. In 1854, Lord Dalhousie changed it and make it a crown service. The Indian Post Office Act of 1854, which considerably improved upon the 1837 Post India Post Office Act, which has established regular post office in India, was passed with Dalhousie assistance and include the introductions of standard postage rates for the entire nation. It created the role of Director General of Post, delivering mail, sending money via money orders, accepting deposit for a small saving scheme, offering postal life insurance and rural postal life insurance, life insurance coverage, and offering retail services like bill collections and the sale of forms are all including in its scope. The DOP also represents the Indian government in providing various services to its inhabitants such as payment of old age pensions and wages distributions under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. The largest postal network in the world is India Post, which has 1,54,965 post office as of March 2017. Number 4, paramilitary, 8.90 lakh people. A paramilitary is an organization that resemble a paramilitary is an organization that resemble a professional military in terms of structure, tactics, training, subculture, and functions, but it not an official or legitimate member of a nation armed force. Paramilitary units perform tasks that a nation military or police forces are unable or unwilling to perform, even though they lack weapons or are combat functions. Other groups may be classified as paramilitaries based solely on their organization structure. In times of peace, paramilitaries are frequently tasked with guarding important locations like government buildings, infrastructures, airports, seaports, or borders. They might also be assigned to perform counter-terrorism or VIP protection duties. They might be temporarily transferred out of the paramilitary depending on the organizations they work. For instance, police tactical unit members might be given patrol responsibility until they are required again. Number 3, Tata Group, which has 9.35 lakhs people. The Tata Group, a multinational corporation with its headquarters in India, was established by Jamsetji Tata in 1868 with the goal of improving the quality of life of the communities they serve globally through long-term stakeholder value creations based on leadership with trust. The organizations operate in more than 100 countries across 6 continents. Tata Sons, the promoters holding firms, has charitable trust holding 66% of its equity, giving back money to the community due to its 150 years commitment to upholding moral principles and ethical business practices. The Tata name has long been revered throughout India, one of the top 10 largest companies in India. Tata Group's businesses only hire the best and brightest, supportive by the culture of ethics and the integrity. With 7 lakh 2,454 current personals, the organization stands strong. Number 2, Indian Railways, which has 12 lakhs employee. The government of India Ministers of Railway owns Indian Railway, a statutory organization that manages the country's entire train network. As of the end of March 2022, its total route length was 68,103 kilometers, making it the fourth largest national railway system in the world by size. By the first day of April 2022, rolling flat for Indian Railway as of March 2022, including 12,729 locomotives and 76,600 passenger coaches and 12,93,077 freight wagons. At many places across India, IR owns production facilities for locomotives and coaches. As of March 2022, it employs 1.254 million people, ranking as the 8th largest employers globally. The government has pledged to electrify all of Indian train line by 2023. The government has pledged to electrify all the Indian train line by 2023 to 24 and the transfer them into net zero railways by 2030. Number 1, Indian Armed Force, which has 14 lakhs people. The Indian Armed Force, often known as the Republic of India Armed Forces, are the country's largest employer. Three professional uniformed forces make up this group: the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Indian Air Force. The Indian Armed Forces are supported by the Central Armed Police Force, Assam Rifles, Indian Coast Guard, Special Frontier Force, as well as a number of inter-service commands and organizations such as Strategic Forces Commands, the Andaman and Nicobar Commands, and the Integrated Defense Staff. While the President of India is Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces, the Prime Minister of India and their chosen cabinet minister are in charge of executive decisions regarding national security. The Ministry of Defense of the Government of India is in charge of the Indian Armed Forces. It is the second largest military in the world and has the biggest volunteer army with a strength of over 1.4 million active personnel. Additionally, it has the third largest defense budget worldwide. It is ranked as the fourth most powerful military according to the Global Firepower Index assessment. Thanks.